Hi guys, so it's me. Where's the camera at? I always do it. There it is. So I thought that I would do a short endometriosis SIJ/life update real quick, just because a lot of people have messaged me asking me how I'm feeling and how our weekend went, because this past weekend was Kaya's first birthday. It was also the weekend that I was cycling. Oh, sorry. I'm wearing my puffy down vest because it's cold. It's cold, 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 which I have no problem with, but my husband likes to keep the house cold too, so I'm freezing. We got home and I just didn't take it off. But, anyways, so this past weekend was supposed to be my cycle. As I told you guys in my last video, I felt like my body was going to cycle even though I started my Depo-Provera last month after my hospital stay. I met with my OB/GYN last week, and he told me that Depo-Provera takes almost 3 cycles to completely start, to kick in and to stop my cycle completely, so to expect a rough 2 months ahead of me. He showed me some pictures of my insides that he took when he did my tubal, and he said that something that caught his eye was a pitting in my left side. It was huge. It was really gross. Like, I get really grossed out by like honeycombs or like lots of bugs in a group or like little holes in a group or like, I don't know how to explain it. It just, it makes me feel grossed out. So the picture was basically a hole within a hole within a hole within a hole within a hole. When he was in there last year, he didn't dissect it or to cut it out or anything, so he's not quite sure how far that hole goes, but it goes into my left side. What did he call it? Do you remember what he called it? The hole? A lesion? Was that what? It's like a lesion or something. But basically what endometriosis, and one of the side effects of endometriosis is that it eats away at your inside, so to speak. So like, because you're bleeding outside of your uterus. You're bleeding in places where you shouldn't be bleeding. So that really caught his eye. His theory is that not only me being on my cycle is irritating my sacroiliac joint, because, you know, when you're cycling or when you're pregnant, relaxin enter your body, which makes all of your ligaments relax and stuff like that, so that's not helping. Also, endometriosis is causing inflammation in my sacroiliac joint, which is not helping. But his third theory now is that because of the pitting is going down who knows how far, he thinks that the reason why each month has gotten progressively more painful is because my endometriosis might be more aggressive than he knew of or thought of, and that pitting has finally hit my nerves. Your sacroiliac joint, you have 2 of them, and they go around your back, and they hold your hip bones to your spine. Yeah, okay, so your pelvis to your spine. So if you're walking and your sacroiliac joint is messed up in any way, the more movement you do or lack of movement you do can really be painful. It's also a huge nerve center, so in regards to pain, it just can produce a lot of pain. So his theory is that maybe that lesion has pitted all the way down to the nerves in my joint on my left side, which is also causing more pain on my right side. So I was pretty nervous because I went to my doctor's appointment 2 days before my expected attack was going to happen, so I didn't know what was going to be there. He's currently got me on 800 milligrams of ibuprofen 2 times a day, every 12 hours, and then also 5 325 Percocet milligrams. So I don't like taking pain medications, but if it's going to keep me out of bed and out of the hospital, I'm willing to do that. The ibuprofen I started the day that I went to the doctor's office. So I started 2 days before my cycle was going to start, just because a huge part of the pain is inflammation. And so ibuprofen is supposed to help with inflammation. So to get ahead of the possible attack, my mom and my doctor suggested that I start that sooner rather than later, so that I could maybe even just like keep the inflammation away. Also, what we did differently this week is oh look, you can see me now, is my husband's been really good about doing more around the house so that I can be either in bed or on the couch more. I have tried not to lift or do as much, although during her birthday I kind of screwed that up. But I've really tried to not do as much walking as I did that last time. I've been more conscious about the week before my cycle. So I've had off and on stabbing pains that are similar to what last month was like. I've been very sore in my lower back. I've been having some shooting pains down my lower butt cheeks and my lower sacral area. But I am happy to say that I was able to stay out of bed rest and out of the hospital this month, and I was able to control my pain. So whether that's because of the depot or because I've been on a crap ton of ibuprofen for the past 5 days and also Percocet when it's gotten too bad, or whether it's because I rested, or maybe it's a combination of everything involved, I have no clue, but I'm just happy at this point. I know my whole family's pretty happy. We were all kind of walking on eggshells up until this point, and I'm very happy right now. So I'm a little upset because I don't know exactly what one thing is doing it, or if it's everything involved, and I'm too scared to stop one thing because I don't want to be in that pain again. I stopped it. I didn't take the ibuprofen this morning, and I regretted it about 3 hours ago, and just took one of those in a Percocet, so I'm feeling kind of good right now. But my husband's home, don't worry. But obviously the ibuprofen was really helping, so that's one thing. But like I said, I don't like taking drugs, so the fact that I don't know how much they're helping or how long I'm going to have to stay on them really is upsetting, because I can feel the ibuprofen just tearing my insides up because it's such a high dose and I'm taking it so regularly. And the Percocet, of course, I don't like, because sometimes it makes me sleepy, sometimes it makes me loopy, sometimes it has no effect at all, and sometimes it makes me stay up all night long, like till 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's unfortunate that those are the only two things helping me right now, so it'd be nice if I could find an alternative to fixing that. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm meeting with an sports orthopedist this Thursday. My OB-GYN wanted me to speak to one because they want to check out my sacral joint and see if maybe there's a shot of steroid that I can do in the joint, which I guess is pretty painful, but it's supposed to, keep the pain and inflammation away. Now I'm sweating. Oh. I'm going to meet with an orthopedist to check out my SI joint. And also my doctor wanted me to meet with an orthopedist because basically where we're at this point, because the pain is so severe, if the Depo-Provera does not help for a long period of time, like if my endo keeps getting worse, the next step would be to put me on Lupron, which, if you're not familiar with Lupron, which a lot of you TTCers probably are, basically it just shuts down your ovaries. It says, no more egg production. So if this is really confusing because I've just confused myself. I don't know what I just said. Yeah, so it shuts down my egg production. So what they want to see is if all of my pain, if it's being caused by me producing eggs, basically me cycling. So Lupron's the next step if the Depo doesn't work, which Lupron is a pretty heavy-duty drug. I'm not scared of it, but again, I just don't want to I don't want drugs flowing through my body at all times. So that is going to be an option. If we do Lupron and it turns out, okay, hey, my ovaries were the ones causing my endo to be so wacky and whatnot, then the next step after that would be to take me off the Lupron and to then give me an ovarectomy, which basically means they will go in and they will cut out my ovaries, which means no more egg production for Kelly ever again. Which would be really disappointing if me and John were planning on having more children, but as you guys know, I've had a tubal, I've had an ablation. It's physically impossible for me to have any more babies unless I, had IVF done and then had a surrogate because I can't physically carry a baby since my lining is so thin now after my ablation. So that doesn't really disappoint me, except for the fact that I have promised my eggs to a friend for them to try to have children, and if that friend is watching, I don't want you to feel guilty whatsoever or feel like I am purposely putting myself through pain for you or feel bad that I am holding off on these steps because of you, because that's not the case. If anything, I'm being extremely selfish because I want to do it. I feel like my life has more of a purpose than what it is now, and I feel like this is something that I can give to somebody who deserves it and who, yeah, if somebody did that to me, I would be so extremely thankful. And so this is a selfish thing. Like, I'm purposely doing this because I want to do it. Yeah, and like John's saying right now, like, I had a second chance because I was adopted, and I think that these people are just very deserving to have children, and if I can be that person to help them have children, I would be so honored. So because I want to do that, I have to hold off on the Lupron, and I have to hold off on having the ovarectomy until I can give my eggs to these people, and I'm not sure if they even still want my eggs anymore. I know that they're going through some other rounds of treatment before they decide that, but I want to be able to do that when the time comes, when they say, okay, hey, yeah, we want to do that. We would love for you to give us your eggs. So because of that, I need to find other ways of dealing with this pain until that time comes. And I'm giving it like a year. I'm really hopeful that the depot and the combination that I'm doing right now can keep me at that point. And like I said, it might just honestly be a sacral issue. It might be that I just need to see an orthopedist. But anyways, so regardless, the other option would be to take out that lesion that's pitting into my nerve endings. But no matter what happens, my OBGYN wants me to meet with an orthopedist, because if he does go in next year, whether it's to take the lesion out or whether it's to take my ovaries out after I've donated my eggs, he wants an orthopedist to be there to check out my back and to make sure that there's not other stuff that needs to be fixed or addressed while they're in there. So that is what's happening as of right now. I am not on bed rest. I have been able to survive this weekend on drugs and taking it easy and knowing my limits. And I've been feeling pretty optimistic and well this weekend. I'm not gonna lie, the days leading up to it, I was super depressed. It was hard for me to get out of bed. Felt like breaking down crying every once in a while just because I was just that terrified. The pain last month was so terrifying, and to note that that was possibly coming again was just too much to bear. So I'm very happy that what I'm doing right now is working. I'm hoping that it stays this way so that I can hold off. But again, I'm doing this all because I want to be able to do something for somebody else. And I don't want to go through surgery. Nobody wants to go through surgery. And my doctor doesn't want to perform the surgery on me. He's like, you're too young to have your ovaries taken out. Whether you want to have babies or not, you're too young. And I agree. So hopefully we can find the ways of controlling this. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now. I'm very hopeful and very optimistic. I think John's very hopeful and optimistic, and yeah. So that is basically my update on that. I appreciate everybody who's, messaged me and asked me how I'm doing, and, even coming up to the day, everybody knows my cycle. They're like, I hope you're okay. My best friend Noelle's been texting me and checking up on me every other day, are you alright? Are you alright? And Lisa's been texting, and Karen, and, it's been really nice to know that I have that support out there. But yeah, so as of right now, I think I'm on the end of my cycle. I'm still achy right now. I should have taken my ibuprofen in the morning, but I didn't. Like I said, I was trying to see if maybe I could cut back. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy. My birthday is tomorrow. Some of you may or may not know. I will be 27 years old. John's all happy. John is excited for me to hit 30. I'm not so excited just because who likes turning a decade older? I'm not terrified of turning 30 because I know that I'm not old looking. I know that, my body feels old, but I know that there's nothing wrong about turning 30. But he's for some reason so excited for me to reach 30, and I'm just let me enjoy my last few years of being 20. But yeah, so my birthday's tomorrow. John got me a new iPhone, the 5S. I think I told you guys when I did my What's in My Bag thing that we ordered the iPhone 5S in the gold, and we canceled that because we found one in silver or white, whatever you want to call it, at Target earlier today. And not only did I really want my new phone for my trip to Chicago this weekend to visit Lisa and some other TTC girls, but I also wanted it because I don't need gold. I like white. I feel like the gold is the trendy thing to do right now, and I'm not trendy. Who am I kidding? I just wanted a working phone with a really good camera for my videoing and pictures and stuff like that, and that's what this does. So, I got a new phone for my birthday, so I was very blessed that my husband did that for me. We sold my other phone and actually made money because we sold it for more than what we bought this for, so that was pretty cool. That's what we do every year. Like, if you guys are wondering, like, oh my gosh, why do they spend money on phones every year? It's because we don't. We make money because we sell the old one. But anyways, I don't know why I'm so sensitive about that. I just feel like people think I'm really wasteful, which I'm not. I just like nice things, if I can get them. Anyways, so I'm going to Chicago this weekend. I'm super excited about it. I will be flying there, which this is the first time I will be flying by myself, which is absolutely terrifying. John's laughing at me. He is forcing me to actually fly. He has been trying to get me on a plane by myself to go somewhere, and his rules, though, have been you can't go with anybody. So it's like, well, where do you go by yourself? Where do you fly by yourself? He thinks it's really important as an adult to fly somewhere by yourself. I'm spitting everywhere. So the opportunity came about that when Lisa and Bill were out visiting last month, you know, Lisa was saying that Mrs. Princess Di was coming out to visit, and she, you know, wanted to know if I'd come out and visit, and maybe we could do a meetup or a small meetup or something like that. And I will never pass up a chance to go visit my friends. I will never. If it's humanly possible for me to go see my friends, with or without my kids, I will go, because I don't get a chance to do that often. And you know, I love Lisa. She's like, I don't know, she's like a sister to me. And you know, Diana, I've never been able to meet her in person, and she's just been such a support for me and my whole entire family for the past almost 2 years. So for the chance to be able to meet her in person, it was just like, I have to, you know. And my husband was like, well, this is a great opportunity for you to go fly by yourself. So he is sending me away for the weekend. I will be leaving Friday morning, and I will be coming back Sunday afternoon. So I am super, super excited. I will be going sans kids by myself, which is also terrifying because I haven't been away by myself for a while. We did a impromptu, not on purpose, stint away from me and Kaya away from each other when I was in the ER, as you guys have known, last month, and she did perfectly fine without me for 3 days and 2 nights. So that was kind of the indicator that, okay, I can go on vacation without her, and she'll be fine with John. So my mom is going to be watching the kids on Friday while John's at work, and he will drop me off at the crack of dawn at the airport, and then he'll pick me up on Sunday. So I'm pretty excited. If you're in the Chicago area, let us know. I think we're doing a meetup Friday evening. You can contact Lisa, or because I don't know what I'm just flying there for, you know, visiting. But I'm really, really excited. It's kind of like a belated birthday, just, you know, get me out of the house kind of thing. And I'm really, really excited because I've never been able to do this before. So that is this weekend, and tomorrow's my birthday. I'm going to go out to dinner with John and my best friend Noelle. She's going to come into town. I think that's pretty much it. It's been, I don't know, it was a great weekend. Kaya had a great first birthday. Oh my gosh, I'll talk about that all in her update, and I'll show you guys her first birthday haul she got. She was blessed with many gifts, but she did so well. She's just such a great kid. She's growing up so fast, and she's just so happy, and she's just so adorable, and I can't say enough about her. But she had a really good first birthday. She smashed on some cupcakes, and it was hilarious because if you guys didn't know, we held off giving sugar to both Wyatt and Kaya until their first birthday. Ava, I obviously couldn't really control because her dad took her half the time, so he did what he wanted with her. So with Wyatt and Kaya, we decided, okay, well, you guys can't have sugar until you're 1. So we held out, and technically Kaya was 1 in 1 day, but she had her first taste of sugar yesterday, and man, she demolished the cupcake. Like, Wyatt kind of just played with his, but like Kaya was just like, arr, arr. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, so she had a great birthday yesterday. We had a good weekend. It was a really tiring weekend, but we're feeling very, very blessed. She had her first 1-year appointment today, and she had 4 shots done, but again, I'll talk about that in the update. Something else I'll talk about in her update is breastfeeding. As you guys know, I love breastfeeding. I'm a huge breastfeeding supporter. I'm also a big bottle feeding supporter because I bottle fed my firstborn. Wyatt self-weaned himself at 11 months, and Kaya is still going strong. Unfortunately, I thought she was going strong because she really needed the nourishment and stuff, but we're finding out it's more of an unhealthy reason why she likes nursing. So I'll talk a little bit more about that because we are talking about weaning her in the next possible week. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. I don't need anybody's input because this is my decision. It's my own personal decision. My husband and my mother and my doctor even all said, you know, this is your decision. You do what you think is necessary. But my doctor gave us some really good advice and some really good points as to why she thinks that right now is the perfect time to do so. And I tend to agree with her. I trust her. My own inside heart is like screaming because it knows that right now is probably a really good time to do it, but her being my last born makes me want to hang on longer. But again, I'll get into this in my next video, but I don't need anybody's input on whether or not I should wean my child from breastfeeding. I don't, so you can keep that to yourself, but I just wanted to talk about it because I think it's really important for people to talk about things like that, because there might be somebody else out there kind of conflicted with weaning their child maybe too soon or too late, and if they hear other people's stories of maybe why they did it, maybe they can feel like you know, they're not alone, or it, you know, whatever. So again, it's a personal choice. But yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys go because this video is now 21 minutes long almost. Did you guys miss me? Because this is a long video. Videos that I have coming up this week before I leave for Chicago. Kaya's first birthday haul. Not my birthday haul. I know a lot of people said that they wanted to see it, but I am going out to Chicago this weekend, so I will do that after I come back from Chicago because I will be probably doing a little bit of shopping, maybe a little bit, teeny bit. And also it's not my birthday yet. My birthday's not till tomorrow. Upcoming videos will be her birthday haul, her 12-month update, plus the breastfeeding thing. And then also I have a question and answers video that me and John are going to do together. A lot of you left questions on my Facebook page, so I will be answering those questions. And if you have any questions for us, whether it's, you know, I know somebody asked how we keep this spark alive during this last year of having 3 children, and somebody else asked if we would consider adoption, you know, stuff like that. Leave your questions underneath here. I'm not going to go searching everywhere for these questions. There's some on my Facebook page, and then if you guys leave them underneath here, we'll answer those. But those will be the 3 videos that are coming up this week. So I'm going to let you guys go because I think the Percocet's kicking in and I'm getting a little bit of loopy. So I will talk to you guys all in my next video. And like I said, if you guys live in the Chicago area, or you know Lisa well, or Mrs. Princess Di, I believe we are doing a dinner on Friday. So let us know. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye.